I'm Cecilia, I live in Zurich and I love train travel, and I'm trying to visit all 1,720 public transport train stations in Switzerland. But back in March I was in London for a few days and I'm trying to see more of the UK, so I went on a day trip to Whitstable and I ended up going to Broadstairs as well.
Good morning. It's a beautiful, beautiful day in London, and I've got an Interrail ticket while I'm here, so I'm going to explore the UK a little bit this week. And today I'm off to Whitstable and then hopefully also Margate. So that's the plan at the moment. I've not been to either of them before, and it's fairly late to be honest. It's already after 11, but I'm going to head to Victoria Station now, and hopefully if I have enough time I'm going to quickly buy a yoghurt. There is a Yo Value yoghurt that I love and they don't have them abroad, so those are the big important things to get done this morning. Anyway, heading to the station. I ran like proper sprinted to the train, but I made it, so all good. There is a beautiful view of the buildings in Battersea. Oh, we're going over another set of train tracks. I didn't know that. I'm not sure I know this route at all. Like, I may never ever have been on this particular train route because I've not been to Margate, I've not been to Whitstable, I've not been to Broadstairs, none of those things. So this might very well be my first time. The next stop is Bromley South. Again, I'm not sure I would have ever taken the train there. If I was in Bromley, I would have been there going from Lewisham when I lived there. So anyway, I have my yoghurt. There was a big queue at the supermarket, which was why it took a while. And I have some raspberries because berries in the UK and carrots are just so much better than anywhere else I've lived. Or probably like been to. So I'm very, very, very happy with this. I'm gonna have my breakfast now at 11:45 and enjoy the views and the amazing weather. I mean, what on earth? I went for a run earlier, which was really, really nice as well. I went to Battersea Park, where I have been there a bunch of times, but I haven't gone for a bit of a longer run in a while. And normally if I'm in Battersea, like if I'm in the park, I'm usually there when either the sun is very high or very low, and then you get slightly blinded in one direction running by this, like running next to the river. And that wasn't the case today, so that was very nice. And I did some laundry as well, so I've been diligent and done some sort of useful thing today. But looking forward to the next few hours. I'm really excited to go somewhere new. Just realised I need to switch sides because we'll be like basically near the river, near the Thames estuary soon, or like in a little while, and that'll be on that side. So I'm moving because you always move for the view if you can. I also forgot to mention, I'm going to Whitstable at the moment, and then maybe I'll go to Margate and or Broadstairs. I haven't really made a fixed plan or anything. I've got a couple of things in mind to go look at, etc. in Whitstable, and that's about it. Like, I don't have any grand plans or something. The reason why I'm going is because Time Out said it was a nice day trip from London, and I've not been, so we'll see. I'll just play it by ear. If I get bored in Whitstable, I'll move on to Margate or Broadstairs. My sister's been to Margate and she liked it, so she suggested going there. Oh, might have been Broadstairs actually that she probably suggested I actually go to. But anyway, she's been to that corner of the world and I have not. So I'm just going to have a look around, and either I'll spend the whole afternoon in Whitstable or a couple of different spots. And this is going to take an hour and 18 minutes from Victoria to Whitstable.
See it say it, sorted.
Right, well, I'm in Whitstable, very classic little train station, and I am going to walk to the castle first of all, because I like castles, and apparently there are some castle grounds. I don't think you can visit the castle itself, but there are supposed to be gardens, so gardens first, and then I'm going to head to the beach and then the little high street. So that's the rough plan, and that's as far as I've really planned as well. Walked around the building. I didn't go inside or anything, but on the terrace behind me you can go and have tea there, and it belongs to the cafe that's also inside, which is in the orangery, and it's really nice. Like, there's a glass roof and everything, so it's really pretty. Definitely would have stopped if I'd already done anything other than go for a short walk to the castle today, but it feels a little bit ridiculous to just walk for 10 minutes, probably not 10 minutes, but like walk for a tiny amount of time, and then just stop for something already. So instead I am going to continue in the direction I was walking in already, kind of, and I'm going to walk to the beach. It's a pebble beach, I think, and I really like pebble beaches because I'm not a huge fan of sand all over the place. Broadstairs, I believe, has a sand beach, which, again, you know, I get it, they're very pretty, but I know a lot of people don't like pebble beaches, and I really like them. I'm right on the beach now. There's a view of the other side of the estuary, if that makes sense. So right in front of me I can see where the north side of the estuary finishes, and then it's the channel. And I really like this. I've never been here, but I like connecting places that I know about, if that makes sense. So like, I've always known this estuary was here. I've always had a vague idea of it, but it's nice to be here and see it. There are quite a few wind farms. I was reading on one of the boards that one of them is only like 5 meters deep, even though it's 6 miles off the coast, because this is very flat. So depending on the type of boat, apparently they have to be very careful about when they can come in and out of the harbour, like that it's at the right point with the tides. And another thing that I didn't know, which is why this is why information boards are so great, because you know, you get to wander around, not do much. It's very low effort learning. But it said that the tide comes in, it flows in from the sea, which I suppose makes sense, but I always thought of it as just like going up in one big thing, rather than the sea rising and it causing kind of a wave inland. So they said that the tide will be at its highest point quicker the closer you are to the sea, if that makes sense, if I understood correctly. And then it flows back out and there's quite a strong current as a result. I had no idea. I just thought it all comes up and goes down evenly. So, really pleasant. It's a little bit windy, but still really sunny, so it's very nice. People are having ice cream, and I won't right now, but I definitely want an ice cream today. Like, you can't go to the beach and not have an ice cream. And I'm gonna wander back into the little village or town. I don't actually know what size this is, but it does seem like a town actually. And there's supposed to be a little high street, so I'm gonna go explore that in a minute. But this has been so pleasant. Like, it's very calm, not a lot going on. It's a random Monday at the end of March, so not probably their high season, but very pleasant. I'm back on the train now. I love the high street. I went into way more shops than I thought I would. Didn't think I was going to buy anything at all, and I ended up buying socks, the book, and I bought a jumper as well. And I love those shops. We used to go to those kind of shops in St Ives or Truro or something, and they're all the slightly nautical clothes shops that aren't very expensive in the grand scheme of things, like as in they're not designer shops or anything like that, but they have all these great jumpers and I love them. So that was a very, very pleasant surprise. And this hot chocolate is really, really good. So had a really lovely time. And I'm continuing on the same route that I was on before. Won't go to Margate because I think I would probably rather spend a little bit more time in Broadstairs and not be in a rush. And I think if I tried to do both, it would probably be a bit of a squeeze. So yeah, Broadstairs instead. And there is supposed to be a good ice cream shop there, so that's exciting. So that's the station, and I can already see the sea, and this seems to be the little high street, so very much seems like you arrive right in the centre of town, which you don't in Whitstable, but it's very convenient in this case because the ice cream shop closes in 50 minutes, so the sooner I get there the better. And it also did say online that they have very good sundaes, so to consider staying for the sundaes rather than just getting a cone and, you know, taking it away. So I am considering doing that. You know, it's important to do research about food in various places. Anyway, this looks really cute. Really like this little high street. So I think it's a very short walk to the beachfront. I had a really lovely view of the beach from back there, and now I'm just walking to the ice cream shop, and I think it's right here. It looks really cool. Much more like something I'd associate with the US than the British seaside, but there's a little bit of overlap sometimes. So looking forward to trying this.
That's fruit ice cream, which is okay. This is vanilla ice cream, which is genuinely fantastic. And then there's meringue and berries and chocolate. Like, it's not chocolate sauce, it's melted chocolate that was drizzled on top. And then I've got that. And I had a little waffle on top as well. And there was cream on top. It was crazy. That was one of the biggest ice creams I've had in my life, but it was really nice. I had the berry pavlova, but apparently they would usually have more different types of berries, and I had strawberry and blueberry, and it was very, very nice. I would say I didn't love the berry ice cream, but the vanilla ice cream was incredible. So super, super creamy, really lovely. And back in the sun now. There's still sun on the beach as well, so I think I'm going to go for a little walk somewhere down there. I need to work out how to get there, but it looks really nice. I'm sort of on the other side of the harbour? Well, off the beach anyway. That building behind me is the main building I was able to see when looking across the beach, and it stood out a lot. Apparently they've named it Bleak House. I'm sure that's not the original name or anything, because the whole place seems quite into Charles Dickens, because apparently he spent a lot of time here. But I think I'm going to head to the train station now. I'm just going to walk back to the central bit and then up the high street again. Although, before I go, one thing that I looked up and I think is really cool is I'm way closer to France than I am to central London. So if you look on Google Maps and you check the straight line, it's about 52 kilometers to Calais across the channel, and it's only and it's 110 kilometres to Charing Cross, which is like the centre of London. Trafalgar Square is the centre of London. So that's crazy, you know? Twice as long, or like twice the distance to get back to London as it would be to get to France. But probably better connections to London. Gonna go catch the 6:18 or something like that from the station. Someone just walked past with a big rucksack and a walking stick, and this is part of the England Coast footpath. England Coast Path. There are signs over there, and basically it's a footpath that I'm not sure it's complete yet, but if not, then it's going to be completed very soon. And it's a footpath that goes all the way along the English coast, not Scottish and Welsh, but it goes along the English coast, and it looks amazing. I know parts of it, like in Cornwall, we know the footpaths quite well around where we always used to stay, but all the way around England is crazy. It's like 2,000 something kilometres. It's really far, and I suppose the guy must be either walking the whole thing or doing at least part of it. So it was nice to see the signage here and there today. Back on the train now, just passing through Margate, or stopped here at the moment, and in total it's going to take 2 hours and 2 minutes back to Victoria like before, and then I'll be back there by, when am I going to arrive? 20 past 8 is when I'm going to arrive, so I think by then it'll be dark, but for now the light's really nice and there's a very nice view. So I'm going to have my snacks that I bought at Tesco, because I think I'm going to have dinner once I'm home with my sister. I need to check with her if she's going to be home early enough to have dinner together. But so probably not the earliest dinner, as per usual for me. But I have my carrots and hummus in the meantime. Arrived at Victoria, and I think we were on time. Were we on time? Yes, perfect. I thought we were going to be late because we stopped at one train station for a little while, but apparently not. So I'm heading to the M&S. Where is the M&S? Over there. So I'm going to go to M&S first, and then I'm going to go to the Sainsbury's I went to before to get more of the yogurt for tomorrow, and also to get some tea. Had a nice evening at home, and then I just fell asleep, so I'll see you next time.